Hello everyone, this is Andrew from Crown Academy of English. The title of today's lesson is When do we use the in English? So in this lesson I explain when to use the definite article the, and even more important, when not to use the definite article the. You will learn 8 rules and exceptions. So let's start. First of all, cities and towns. The general rule. In general, we do not use the before cities and towns. Example: Jane would like to visit Paris. And this is wrong. So the correct version, we do not use the. And this is wrong. Jane would like to visit the Paris. No, this is not correct in English. Another example: Tokyo is a huge city. So this is correct. And this is wrong. The Tokyo is a huge city. No, this is not correct in English. Continents and countries. The general rule. In general, we do not use the before continents and countries. We do not use it. Example: I would like to visit South America. Okay, so this is correct. We simply have the name of the continent without the. And this is wrong. I would like to visit the South America. No, this is not correct in English. An example with a country. Jane worked in Italy for 3 years. Jane worked in Italy for 3 years. We do not use the. This is correct. And this is wrong. Jane worked in the Italy for 3 years. No, this is not correct. Okay? Countries. Now there are some exceptions. We do use, this means that yes, we use the for countries with United in the name. And here are 3 common examples. The United Arab Emirates, the United Kingdom, and of course the United States of America. Okay, so for these 3, we use the before them. And there are some other countries where we use the. Here are some common examples: the Bahamas, the Philippines, the Netherlands, and the Gambia. Okay, there are a few others, but these are the main ones. Okay, so these are the exceptions. Lakes and mountains. We do not use the before lakes and individual mountains, so specific single mountains. Examples of lakes: Lake Windermere, Lake Superior, I can't pronounce that, Lake Tanganyika, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Mount Everest, so these are the mountains: Mount Everest, Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Elbrus. So some examples in a sentence: we went sailing on Lake Constance. Okay, so we do not have the. And this is wrong. We went sailing on the Lake Constance. No, this is not correct in English. 800 people try to climb Mount Everest every year. So this is correct, but this one is wrong. 800 people try to climb the Mount Everest every year. No, the word the is not necessary in English. Seas, oceans, rivers, and mountain ranges. So we do use the for seas, oceans, rivers, and mountain ranges. Mountain ranges this means a group of mountains. So the Atlantic, these are oceans and seas. The Atlantic, the Pacific, the Mediterranean. These are rivers. The Thames, the Nile, the Amazon, the Danube. And here are some mountain ranges. The Alps, the Himalayas, and the Rockies. Example. The Danube is Europe's second longest river. So notice that we use the before it. And this is wrong. Danube is Europe's second longest river. That is incorrect. The Rockies are located in the USA. This is correct. But Rockies are located in the USA. This is wrong, because we must have the word the before it. Notice here, this is an interesting example. We have the word the here before the abbreviation USA. And that is because USA is an abbreviation for the United States of America. Remember the rule earlier, if a country has the word United in it, then we always have the word the before it. And that rule also applies for the abbreviation. Okay, so when we say USA, we always have the before it. And it's the same with the UK. We always say the UK for the United Kingdom. Okay? Universities. There's a general rule and an exception. So the general rule is that we do not use the before names of universities. Example, Harvard University, Stanford University, Durham University. Mark studied at Harvard University. This is correct because we do not use the. And this is wrong. Mark studied at the Harvard University. That is not correct. The exception. We do use the before universities with of in the name, because this is very common in the United Kingdom, for example. In England and Scotland, many universities have a different format. They have this format: the University of Oxford, the University of Cambridge. So for these names of universities, then yes, we do use the before them. Jane studied at the University of Oxford. Jane studied at the University of Oxford. This is correct. And this is wrong. Jane studied at University of Oxford. This is not right. Okay? Now, expressions with the word bed, work, and home. The general rule. This is very important, this one. This is where many English students make mistakes. So, the general rule is that we do not use the in expressions with bed, work, and home. So, Mark says, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. Going to bed. We do not say the bed. So this is wrong. I'm tired, I'm going to the bed. Okay? Is John at work? So here we have a question. And we do not have the word the in front of it. We simply say at work. Is John at work? This means, is John at his place of work? Could be the office, it could be a restaurant. It's the place of work, and we don't say the before it. So this is correct, and this is wrong. Is John at the work? No. And we can reply, because he's not at work. No, he is at home. He is at home. Okay, so this means he is at his home, where he lives. He is at home, without the word the. So this is wrong. He is at the home. No, this does not make sense in English. Okay? Another example. Where are you going? I'm going home. Okay, so this is how we say it in English. This means I'm going to the place where I live, to my house. Okay, so we do not have the word the before it. I'm going home. And we do not say I'm going to the home. This is not correct. Okay, so notice that with the word home, there is not a preposition either. We don't say I am going to home. No, there is no, we do not use the word the, and we do not use the word to. Okay, so it's 3 words or 4 words. I am going home. Expressions with the words school and university. General rule. And again, this is important. This is a big mistake by English students. So we do not use the in expressions with school and university when we are describing pupils and students who are there to study. Okay, so this part is important. So in the context of students and pupils who study in these places, at the school and university, then we do not use the. So where is Jane? She is at school. This is correct. Obviously, we can see that Jane is a student and she goes here, or she comes here every day to study. So to say this in English, we say she's at school. Right now, she is at school. And we do not use the in this context. So in this context, this is not correct. She's at the school. And we can also say she's at university. And she is at the university is not correct, is wrong in this context. Okay? Now, there are some exceptions to the rule. So expressions with the word school and university. We do use the. So this means yes, we use the in expressions with school and university if we are simply visiting the place and usually not a student. So if somebody else, someone who is not a student, goes to a school or university, then we use the. Here's an example. He is at the university to paint the walls. He's at the university to paint the walls. So he's not a student, so we can say he's at the university. And in this context, in the context of this work, this is wrong. He's at university to paint the walls. No. The father went to the school to meet the teacher. Went to the school to meet the teacher. This is correct. So the father, he's not a student. He doesn't go there every day to study. He's there simply to visit. Okay, so we can say went to the school to meet the teacher. And in this context, this sentence is not correct. This is wrong. The father went to school to meet the teacher. No. Okay, so the important thing to remember is when we are discussing students and pupils who study, then we do not use the. Okay, it's a bit complicated, I know. And we have the same principle for prisons and hospitals. Okay, so we do not use the in expressions with prison and hospital when we are describing prisoners or long-term patients who are staying there. Okay, so this again, this is important, this part. Example: he has been sent to prison for 10 years. Okay, so he's a prisoner. He's a prisoner. He's a long-term prisoner. He is staying for 10 years. So we say he's been sent to prison, without the word the. And in this context, this is not correct. He's been sent to the prison for 10 years. Okay, that is not the way we say it. And we can also say he is in prison. So we use the preposition in without the word the. He is in prison. And this means he is a long-term prisoner. Okay, he is carrying out his sentence. Okay, so he's staying for a long time in prison. In the prison is not correct in this context. Okay. And the same rule applies to the word hospital. Exactly the same rule. She's very ill. She is in hospital. She's in hospital. So here we have the same rule as here. This is the same situation. She is in hospital. So this means that she is a long-term patient. She's a long-term patient in a hospital. She's sleeping at the hospital for many days. Okay, so we say in hospital. This implies that it is a long stay and that she is sick. And in this context, this is not correct. Okay. Now, again, there are some exceptions with the word prison and hospital. We do use the, so yes, we can use the in expressions with prison and hospital if we are simply visiting the place, so not as a prisoner or long-term patient. He is at the prison to teach maths. David is at the hospital to visit his wife. Okay, so here, this gentleman, this person, this man, he is not a prisoner. Okay, he's a teacher. So we can use the word the before the word prison to describe where he is. He's at the prison to teach maths. David is not a patient. Okay, this is David. He's not sick. So he is not a long-term patient. So we do use the before the word hospital. David is at the hospital to visit his wife. Okay. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you are interested in some private online lessons, then click here for information about the prices. And here are some other videos that I recommend.